Hi, I'm Kirk Carpenter, Superintendent of the Aztec Municipal School District. I need to start this Superintendent Corner by making some corrections to some of the school grades that we recently had reported. The school grades for the 2014-15 school year were all correct, but the three-year average grades had some errors. I printed the initial school grades, which were later edited and updated by the Public Education Department. We inadvertently sent the original grade reports to the newspaper. Here are the corrected three-year averages for our schools in our district. Aztec High School's first report had them at 65.8%, which was a B. The updated report was 70.9% and still a B. For Vista Nueva, they had a change. Their first report was 62.4%, a C, and the updated report was 68.4% and still a B. Kugler Middle School, their first report was 58.7%, a C, and their second updated report was 55.7%, which was a C. At Park Avenue, their first report was 52.3%, a C, and on the updated report, it was 48.1% and changed them to a D. Lidia Rippey, on their first report, it was 47.4%, a D, and on the updated report, they went to 55.5%, which was a C. At McCoy, on their first report, it was 56.7%, which was a C. On the updated and corrected report, it was 61.9%, which was actually a B. And at Mosaic Charter School, on their first report, it was 43.4%, which was a D. And on the updated and corrected report, it was 38.5%, which was a D. As I stated in the article, we do not base all of our success or the areas in need of improvement on these results, but this does give us a baseline. The one thing we live by in our district is we look in the mirror and find ways that we can improve the learning of our students and staff so that we can improve, and we do own the results. Now I'd like to shift and talk about park testing. It's going to be time for the park assessment soon, and we encourage you to think about the things you can do for your son or daughter to ensure he or she is ready to perform at his or her very best. One of the first things we ask is that you remain positive about park. Please know that I'm not trying to sell this as the best assessment, but this is what our state and 8 others have selected to give their students each year. The fact that we now have 8 other states to benchmark against and compare how our students are doing is something that we should recognize as a positive, because we have not been able to do this in the past until this year. According to state law, there is no opting out of park. All students need to take the assessment. In fact, the federal government has issued warnings to some states that federal funding will be withheld because they are showing patterns of not meeting the threshold of the required 95% of students taking the assessment. Fortunately, in our district, we are not facing this, and we appreciate parents for having students participate in this assessment. Please remember that if your son or daughter is in a tested grade or subject and goes to school during the testing window, that is the academic activity we will be doing on those days. There will be no alternative assessments given. All of the park assessments will be taken online for all of our students in grades 3 through 12. This exam is a graduation requirement for students in high school, so they do need to work hard to score well. As testing time approaches, please reassure your student that this assessment is a great opportunity for them to show how they have learned and nothing to stress about. It is important for them to take it seriously because it does have ramifications for our teachers and the principal evaluations. It also affects our school grades, but more importantly, the park exam helps to inform us as a district on what things we are doing well and which areas we need to improve in. Ensure that your student gets plenty of sleep during the testing window. A rested mind is a sharp mind. We cannot control the fact that we have to take park, but we have 100% control on our effort and the attitude we have about it. So we ask that our students seize the opportunity to shine and perform well on this assessment. Let's improve as a district, one school, one classroom, one student at a time. See your school newsletter for more testing information about testing dates.